I am addicted to social media.
First off, my name is Jordan Partee.
Keisha Shaw Barnes.
Xavier Partee.
Bryson Foy.
Kai Crosby.
I am a licensed clinical mental health counselor in the state of North Carolina. Okay. And I own a private practice here in Greensboro.
I'm a full-time college student and Division I athlete, and I'm passionate about getting better individually and educating others.
Spelled Bryson, last name Foye. My age is 17. What I'm focused on right now is like probably school. I'm trying to get into college as of right now.
I am 17 years old almost, and what I'm working towards, I don't know, just be better.
I know somebody that's addicted to social media.
I would consider myself addicted to social media. I feel like everyone I know is addicted to social media if they have it downloaded. I feel like it's impossible to not be addicted to social media. It's perfectly formatted for the human brain and for the human reward cycle, right? To kind of just seep its way into our, again, reward cycle, right? Like, it's a literal drug. I don't feel like it's something you cannot be addicted to if you're exposed to it.
Yes, I have been addicted to social media, and everybody around me is too.
I would say I am addicted to social media. My daily relationship with my phone, I use it like almost all the time throughout the day. Can't lie. Most use apps, probably Snapchat for streaks, Instagram for like most use social media app, and I feel like for everybody's TikTok.
Do you ever feel like your phone controls you more than you control it?
At certain points in time, yeah.
Sometimes I wish I never had it. Sometimes I'm always on it constantly without even realizing it.
I think I have been addicted to social media, and this documentary is important to me because with that addiction, it held me back in a lot of things I want to do in my life. And, I think it's holding a lot of other people back too. They just don't realize it. So I'm hoping to just bring light to the fact that it's holding people back, and hopefully I can just encourage a little bit of action in others' lives. I always kind of noticed it, just didn't really care about it, but it started becoming a bit of a problem 2 years ago, actually. I was trying to be better at basketball, and I wanted to spend a lot of time and put a lot of effort into basketball. And I noticed how much my phone was holding me back and how much I couldn't do because I was on my phone.
Throughout the day, yes, you should be able to get on your phone, but if it comes a point to where you're distracting yourself from the better moments or the good moments in life, then it becomes a problem.
We talking about younger me when social media got into my life, bro. This was COVID. We were in the house doing what? On our phones, on social media.
I've noticed for younger people, because they've always had access to a tablet, a phone, something along those lines, it becomes natural for it to be something in their face 24/7.
I would say one of the hardest parts is that everybody around you is on their phone, and you're just trying to figure out what to do because maybe you're bored or something like that. It's going to be easy to go on your phone.
They're getting more addicted, just like you said earlier, like how your little sister cries and immediately gets a tablet.
It's a drug. It's hard to quit drugs, right? It's hard to tell your brain to get outside of its comfortable zone.
It's addiction, so some people might talk about it, say it's bad, but you still do it.
Every time I get bored, I'm always seeking that attention because it's like I'm addicted to that, to those quick hits of dopamine. Something uncomfortable happens in my life, I'm going to turn back to the phone because it gives me a little bit of comfort, give me some satisfaction, even when I haven't actually deserved it or haven't actually gotten to a place in my life where I should be satisfied.
No social media whatsoever. So no outside communication with the whole world.
You're almost forced into a position where you are fully engulfed in social media. You create on the app, you digest on the app. Like, everything you do is through the app.
They're making the video shorter so you don't have to stay watching one video. So that's the attention span part of it. Once you're done with that video, you can scroll to the next 5 to 10 second video. You can scroll to the next one, you just keep on scrolling.
I get free entertainment, you feel me, on TikTok.
Well, I think that's what makes the conversation difficult, is you get good science stuff there, you get good history stuff there. They can change the shape of an election, right? There's so much information coming that people are responsive to.
It says that a lot of social media, it gives the same dopamine as like gambling. You go into a casino, it's like, oh, am I gonna win? Am I gonna hit? Am I gonna hit? And then when you scroll, it's just like, what's videos next? What videos next?
The interesting thing about addiction is people oftentimes don't realize that's the case. They're like, oh, I could stop drinking, I could stop smoking. And I think the same is true when it comes to social media and people's phone. They're like, I don't have to have it, but it's also so common that they use it without even realizing it's a problem.
I think phones and social media are making everybody a whole lot lazier. You know, people can't really strive for the same level of greatness when they're constantly being hit with satisfaction, because that look kind of like lulls everybody to sleep. It makes everything a lot easier to not have to really go out and actually learn for yourself, experience for yourself.
When you're like on your phone, like so much time passed by without you realizing.
I could say I want to go to the gym. I don't end up going to the gym because I'm on my phone too much.
Spring break had just started, and I had a lot of stuff that I had to get done because I wanted to get ahead on my schoolwork. But I ended up spending the first day of spring break just on my phone the whole day. Obviously, I got distracted, and my phone was an addiction for me that day.
You could plan on doing something later on in the day, and you end up scrolling for longer than you were supposed to, and you ruin your plan.
It helps me, obviously cheat, but at the same time, it's not good for you because you don't actually learn the information.
I'm usually sleep deprived because I stay up a lot.
You're on social media and you're looking at someone's bests all the time. At some point, especially if you haven't been taught that life has its lows, you're gonna develop this idea that everyone else just gets it right all the time.
Significantly heightened anxiety and depression, just because I think our immediate access to everybody else's life lets you know what you're missing out on. And a lot of times for younger people, they can't filter that you're only seeing what people want you to see.
I've cut back before. Most of the time it's just over the summer. I'm already separated from people, so then it doesn't feel like there's anything tying me to social media, right?
When taking action, there's many things you do. Like I said, you could delete apps off your phone. If you don't want to go that harsh, you could set screen time.
I'll usually take the apps off of my phone. Okay. That way I have to be way more intentional about going into them. They're not just, easily accessible.
I was on TikTok just now. Screen time, like if I could shoot for like 5 hours.
There's also apps that you can download that help you control your screen time.
Having people around you who are able to push you or just able to call you out. If I call you out and I'm addicted to my phone, I gotta call myself out now.
Setting rules, boundaries, an hour after lunch, an hour after dinner. Set some rules, set some parameters.
No access to to any cellular device except my TV past 9 o'clock.
I'm only on it either for creation purposes or for truly, researching or social connection purposes.
I'll turn it off for hours at a time. People would be like, bro, like why you keep turning your phone off? People can't contact you. What if something happens? Good points. But I want to live life. People live life through their phones. And the saddest part is nobody even realizes it. It's just so normalized now. It sucks.
I would want to be more academically smart and not being lazy for an assignment and just looking up the answers on my phone.
Stop being so dependent. Figure something out for yourself. That's what your brain is for. As a human, the whole objective in your lifetime is to learn as much as possible and pass it on to your offspring. At this rate, none of us are going to have anything to pass off to our offspring but a phone. Let it go, bruh. Be human. It's literally to the point where you are living more hours on your phone awake than you are actually living. That's crazy. let's say you spend 12 hours a day on your phone during COVID. We replaced that with actionable hobbies, right? We replaced that with intentional hobbies. How different does life look for that person?
I could shoot for probably around 10 hours of sleep. Probably work out, read. I gotta start reading more. Feel me? Can expand my vocabulary, but.
And that's helped me be a lot more focused and a lot more productive, a lot more present. That's an important thing. It helps me be a lot more present in the current moment. I feel at peace when I'm away from my phone, away from social media, away from scrolling. I feel like I'm in control of my life. I'm not going to force change in everybody, because for some people their balance might actually be right, leaning towards having a lot of social media in their life. But to others, it's not. And I just want people to be aware of it so that they can make the proper decisions to help them become the best version of themselves.
No phones. What would be so bad without them? The most that changes is mass communication.
It's okay to be on your phone. Obviously, there are some benefits, but also you need to weigh out the disadvantages and advantages and what you want to do in life. So make sure you weigh that out, and if it weighs more, then 100% do it.
Just take action. Try. You're going to fail multiple times. In reality, just go all in and really just try to cut back if that's what you want to do. You want to try to find your balance. Once you figure out what you want your balance to be, go all in on that balance and don't give up, and continue to take action continuously over and over and over again. And at some point, you'll end up beating this addiction. You'll end up becoming closer to becoming the best version of yourself.
My advice would be, do not get on social media. Don't entertain social media, right? Focus on the things that are important now and are important in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years,
There's a point in time where you should be on your phone, but that time is not always. Don't let social media affect how you want to run your life.
Don't let your relationship with your phone replace relationships with people. So definitely when you have the opportunity to put it down and be engaged one-on-one or one amongst 10, choose that.
Remember that, when you're about to pass away, you're most likely not going to be fulfilled with all that time that's spent scrolling. And, that's probably the main thing that helped me really get it going.